Well, hi everybody. Today I want to talk about solar power. Well, more about off-grid electricity. I've been thinking about how we're going to do travelling in the future with all the electrical stuff that we've got without an electric hookup. Because where we are at the moment, we've got a 16 amp electrical hookup, and most campsites would just plug into the electrical hookup and it just works. So you plug in, everything works, and motorhomes, it seems, have a system that is geared towards having standard electrical hookup to run all the power. So all the 3-pin sockets run 230 volt or 240 volt off of that electrical hookup, but they don't run when you're not hooked up. So you want to plug something in off a 3-pin socket, you can't. It just doesn't work. It doesn't switch over to an inverted power source from your leisure batteries, no matter how many you've got. So we've got 2 leisure batteries on board that amount to close to 200 amp hour of power, so we can run an electrical device that's drawing 1 amp for 200 hours. So that's how that works. So if it draws more, you can run it for more. If it draws more, you can run it for less time. If it draws less, you can run it for more time. So all the lights inside run off 12 volt. There's all sorts of other bits and pieces that run off 12 volt, like the pump for the water tap, the shower, the toilet flush, all that sort of stuff. That's all off the 12 volt system. But the 3-pin sockets run off the 240 volt system, and you have to be plugged in to a 240 volt supply. So I've been thinking about how we could live off-grid without that 240 volt hooked up to the grid, if you like. So I've been looking at how we can construct a system, and I've found some what are called silent generators. So they're not generators at all, really. They are batteries, and they're from a company called Goal Zero. You might have, if you've watched all the videos, you will have heard me talk about Goal Zero before, and their Yeti system. Absolutely fantastic, all in one little box, about the same size as a battery, but it has an inverter, so it converts that 12 volt electricity into 240 volt. It has some 12 volt outputs. It has USB sockets, all built into this nice neat box, and I'll put a link in the description below to the Yeti 400, which I was considering buying. So there are 2 versions of the Yeti 400 from Goal Zero, the original and the new version, which is the lithium power, which has user replaceable lithium cells when they come to the end of their life after maybe 2, 3, 4 years. So looking at those, the original one is about £500, and the new one is about £700 or £800, something like that. So I thought, well, that would be a nice easy solution to give me 240 volt power, because I could take a hookup cable, plug that into the inverted outlet on the Yeti, and plug it into the hookup, so that we would get some power into the 240 volt internal system. But then I thought, well, how much is that going to give me? And much to my dismay, I suppose, because I'm really looking forward to buying those, the Yeti is only 33 amp hours or 35 amp hours. so that's not very much. So I've specified up another system, and bearing in mind the Yeti doesn't come with any sort of charging ability. You can charge it up through a solar panel or a standard socket. You can charge it up through 12 volt while you're driving it along. So it's very flexible, very good product, but you have to pay more if you want the solar charging and so on and so on. So specifying up and thinking about the budget as being about £500, I specified up a 1500 watt pure sine wave inverter, and the Yeti only has a 300 watt, so we couldn't run the kettle, which is 800 watts, off of that. So that's essentially what we'd want to run. So I've specified the 1500 watt pure sine wave inverter, which will take surges up to 3000 watts, a 150 watt solar panel, a charge controller to take the solar voltage and control that into a battery, and a 120 watt amp hour battery with cables and stuff like that. And that, straight off of Amazon, is going to be about 550 quid. So this is how it works. You get the solar panel and you connect that to your charge controller, which regulates power coming from the solar panel and going into the battery, because you don't want to connect a heavyweight solar panel directly to your battery, because it will just overcharge it and ruin it. So you need the controller in between. Then you've got sort of constant sunlight charging, you know, if that works. And we can charge the battery up different ways as well. We can attach a trickle charge if we are connected up at any point, and we can charge it up that way. So solar panel connects to the charge controller, which then connects that power to the battery. So you put in charge into the battery. You then connect the pure sine wave inverter to the battery to take power out of the battery, which you can then plug your 3-pin sockets into and supply power at 240 volts whenever you need it. So I could take one of those short sort of hookup cables that has a 3-pin on one end and a hookup on the other, so you can charge from your house, and put that into the inverter, and it would look like we've got a hookup plugged in. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order all that stuff, and we're going to just walk you through how that works. It'll be a bit Heath Robinson. You know, we'll be putting the battery in the garage. The solar panel will be sort of not fixed anywhere, because this is just a test system, so that I can sort of hook the battery out of the garage, put the inverter next to the hookup, hook that up, have the solar panel out, and hopefully that will charge the battery, you know, on an ongoing basis if there's any sunshine in the UK over the winter. I think it would be better as and when we head south and go to France, Italy and Spain. You know, I think the sunshine will be sort of more plentiful down there, so that I think it will work better. And I've got to fix all this together in a sort of a reasonable sort of box, if you like, so that it's easily transportable. It won't look as nice as the Yeti product, and there'll be wires everywhere, but it will be powerful, and we'll be able to run whatever we like off it, including the kettle and the microwave and, you know, the other cooking things that we like to use. Plus it'll be free power from the solar panel. So that's what we're doing, and that's it for today's vlog. A bit technical, I know. Wendy's bored of hearing about it. She's quite interested in seeing it work, but I'll go on about it forever. So that's why she's in there relaxing, and I'm out here telling you about what we're going to do about off-grid power for our motorhome. Who knows, it might even work, but you'll see if it does or not. I'll see you again tomorrow on the Happy Travellers vlog. Bye for now.